Yes, well, today we are going to draw a body plot for transfer function. This is really very important. Please see the steps. The given transfer function is u of s into h of s is equal to 12650 by s plus 10 into s plus 20 whole square. Okay, now we need to find out how many s terms are there in the numerator and in the denominator. Okay, so how many s terms are there? Of course, from the problem, we don't have any s terms in the numerator and we have s terms in the denominator. So, how many s terms we have? We have two s terms in denominator. Okay, and they are s plus 10 and s plus 20 whole square. Okay, so now we need to write this in the format of 1 plus st. And this standard format is used when we are drawing a table for magnitude plot and for corner frequency. Okay, so we'll keep this aside for a while, okay, because I'm telling you in point of view of your examination. So let us take the transfer function here and try to evaluate it. So g of s into h of s is equal to 1650 by s plus 10 into s plus 20 whole square. This s plus 20 whole square is in the format of a plus b whole square, right? And so this is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So let us simplify and evaluate this. Now, to write in a standard 1 plus st format, okay, so s plus 10 has to be written in 1 plus st format. So, how you will be writing that? Okay, so let me take another pen. Okay, so s plus 10 should be in a format of 1 plus st. Okay, actually, if we reverse this, it's like a 10 plus s. So, it is like 1 plus st format. Okay, to want that, you need to take out 10 outside so that you'll get 1 here. Okay, so if you take out 10 outside, what happened? If you take 10 outside, is 10 plus 10 by s plus 10. So this is 10 into 1 plus s into 0.1. So your st, 1 plus st format. See how we have written that? Okay, that we will do here. Okay, what we will do here? First of all, we'll evaluate this. So s plus 10 into s plus 20 whole square. If you evaluate this s square plus 40s plus 400. Okay, now we take out 10 from here and 400 from here outside. 10 into, when you taken out 10, you need to divide it by 10 both. Okay, now if you take out 400 here, you need to divide the entire term with 400. 40s by 400 plus 400. Okay, so this becomes 400 into 10 is 4000. So I'll keep the numerator as it is and I'll write 4000 here. And now how did this one happen? 0.1 s plus 1. Okay, and this is s square by 400 plus what happens? 0 0 goes away. This is 10, so obviously this also is 0.1 s plus this cancels one time. So this is how a format will come. This is the format of 1 plus st where t is equal to 0.1. Okay, this is the first part what you have to do. Now let us go to the second part. Second part is finding the gain. Gain is given with the formula of 20 log mod of g of s, or 20 log mod of g of j omega. Okay, so now this is 20 log. Now mod of g of j omega is nothing but what we have here. See, this is one s term, this is another s term. Okay, this is the first s term, this is the second s term, and this is individual one term where we have only coefficient. So totally we have 3 terms here. Okay, so this you need to write here, 12650 by 4000. If you simplify this, this is 20 log 3.1625, that is nothing but 10 dB. So your gain what you got is 10 dB. This is the second part what you need to do for your thing. Now third one is magnitude plot. Okay, I'll do that in another paper because that we need later. You need to find out magnitude plot. Okay, for that we have a diagram, like a table. So this is the table for the magnitude plot, where the table, first column we have the terms, how many terms we have here. The second is the corner frequency. When drawing the magnitude plot in a semi-log graph, this corner frequency plays a major role. So with the help of this table, we will be drawing the magnitude plot in a semi-log graph. Okay, in my first video you have seen like the basic introduction of Bode plot. So continuing that, I am doing the problem here. The third column is the slope, which is given decibels, and fourth column is the change in slope. We have to use this entire diagram. So from our term what we have simplified, we have 3 terms here. I already got the first term is the coefficient, second is this, and third is this. Okay, so let us write this in direct format. The first term will be like 12650 by 4000. Second term is 0.1s plus 1, which is nothing but from the term directly I am taking s plus 10. Third is s plus 20 whole square. I am taking it directly, and when we are doing the corner frequency, you'll get to know. Okay, let us do the corner frequency here. The corner frequency of 12650 by 4000, there is nothing that we have keep it as nothing, nil. And your slope, we don't have any slope because it's not an s term, so 0. So if we don't have any slope, definitely we don't have any change in slope, this 0. So first row was over. The second row corner frequency will take. For the s plus 10 term, we need to write the formula 1 plus st. So if we arrange it, this becomes like 10 plus st. Okay, to make it this one, we need to take out 10. So divide by 10. S plus 10. Okay, so this is like 10 into 1 plus 0.1 s. So this is what we have taken, we have multiplied there. So you consider this term in the format of 1 plus st, where your t is 0.1. So frequency omega is equal to 1 by t. So we need to have the angular frequency here. So omega, so 1 by 0.1, that is nothing but 10. So omega is equal to 10. The corner frequency of s plus 10 term is 10 dB. Let us take as omega c1. Omega at corner frequency 1. Okay, so for that the slope as is an s term without any, the single s term, s plus 10 is single s term. So the standard slope for Bode plot is minus 20. Now the change in slope, we need to take the previous row into consideration. So we need to add this one. So 0 plus of minus 20. It is like how much change or slope was there from the previous row to the preceding row. So 0 minus 20 is minus 20 is a slope. So 2 rows are over. Now let us take the third row. Third row s plus 20 whole square. I am doing it here. The corner frequency for x plus 20 whole square. So I have we have taken a plus b whole square. So I have given here. So s plus 400 plus 0.1 s plus 1, what we got here from our previous one. C. This is the C. So just take the first two terms. You consider only this. S square plus 400 plus 0.1 s. So to simplify this, it's a bit difficult. So what we'll do is, we'll take this s plus 20. Okay. And now let us change into 1 plus st format. So it is like 20 plus s. If you want to change into 1 plus st, you need to take out 20 common. So 20 into 20 by 20 plus s by 20. So this is like a 20, and if it is square, so this becomes a 20 square. That is what we got here, the 400, which we multiplied before. So forget about that. This is like 1 plus 0.05s. So this is like format 1 plus st, where your t is equal to 0.05. Okay, as you know, angle of frequency is 1 by t. So this is 1 by 0.05. That is nothing but 20. So omega is equal to 20. That we get omega c2 is equal to 20. Now right here, omega c2 is equal to 20 dB. You can see in many videos or many explanations of the directly take this one. If you you have s plus 10, so that becomes a corner frequency. If you have s plus 20, it will corner frequency. But that is not a standard format. What you have to do, you need to do like this, so that there will be no mistake in the next method. So the change on slope is minus 20. So if we don't have a square here, so it is minus 20. If we have a square here, this becomes minus 40 according to Bode. So now the change in slope from the previous row to here is minus 20 plus of minus 40. This of minus 20 minus 40 is nothing but minus 60. So now our magnitude plot was done, and this is enough to draw a magnitude plot. But a Bode plot is not finished until we draw a phase plot also. So keep this aside. It's very important. And now we need to draw a phase plot. To know what is phase plot and what is magnitude plot and how to do that, you need to see my previous video on the introduction of Bode plot. So phase plot always should be in the format of, it should in the form of A plus JB. That is given with tan inverse B by A. Okay. This is actually an angle actually. So, and phase plot is given with phi of j omega. Okay, now this is very simple. Take the transfer function what we got here. So this is the transfer function. Okay, now take the first term. S plus 10 is always the first term. Okay, now to write in the format of A plus JB, you just make it reverse. So 10 plus S. Okay, then your A is equal to 10, your B is equal to 1. So to write tan inverse B by A is equal to tan inverse B is 1 by 10. Okay, this is tan inverse 0.1 omega. That is the first one. Second one is s plus 20 whole square, right? See, we have a square here, and this square plays a very important role. So take only s plus 20 as of now. Okay, if I want to write in A plus JB format, I'll reverse this one as 20 plus S, where A is equal to 20 and B is equal to 1. So our tan inverse B by A, how it will become like tan inverse 1 by 20. Okay, so our tan inverse is not a simple tan, because we have S plus 10, we have directly given tan inverse, but we have a square here, right? So as we have a square here, this becomes 2 tan inverse. Okay, you have to remember that, become 2 tan inverse. So 2 tan inverse 1 by 20 is what? 0.05 omega. Okay, from this we need to form a formula. A formula is phi of j omega is equal to, how many terms we have, that many tan inverse we get. So first denominator we have 2 terms, so 2 tan inverse. So tan inverse of the first term 0.1 omega minus second term is 2 tan inverse 0.05 omega. This is really important. So now for different values of omega, we have to solve this one. Okay, let me take a. So the formula what we got is phi of j omega is equal to tan inverse 0.1 omega minus 2 tan inverse 0.05 omega. Okay, so different values of this we need to get different formula. Okay, so from our corner frequency, okay, what we have taken a magnitude plot. See, we have got two corner frequencies, omega c1, omega c2. Okay, so omega c1 is equal to 10 dB, omega c2 is equal to 20 dB. Okay, with these two values, we cannot draw an entire phase plot, because phase plot is like we will be keeping points like a normal graph. What we will do that we have to take different points. So different points only with two points we cannot draw a graph. Like 2 points I cannot take a slope like this, or like I cannot take a graph. So what I'll do is I'll take more values. For that, what we have to always take a lower frequency. That would we almost like taken a semi-log graph as 0.1, but you can take 1 also. And higher frequency I'll take always as 100. Okay, like adding more omega values, nothing but so adding more omega. So we can add more in between also. I can take 1 here, I can take 5 here, I can take 10, 20, I can take 50 here. So let us take many omega values here. So this is very simple actually. Your table doesn't have like magnitude plot. I'll be taking first low frequency 0.1. Okay, then I'll take 1, 5, and I'll have my omega c1 which is 10 dB. Omega c2 is 20. I will take 50 and let me take 100. See, this is your omega L, this is your omega H, this is your omega c1, this is your omega c2. The rest all values I have taken for getting a neat graph. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to substitute omega value here and you need to find out phi of j omega. If I substitute 0.1 here, I'll get value of minus 1.14. Okay, I've already done. So this is 12, I'll get 57 approximation values I'm giving here. This is minus 98 by 13. For 20, we get minus 153 by 43. For 50, I get minus 215. Okay, this is all minus only. And for 100, I'll get minus 242. These are approximation. These are approximation. These are approximation. So these are values which I got for drawing a phase plot. So now taking a phase plot and magnitude plot, these two, okay, we need to draw a graph in a semi-log. I'll show you how. Okay, so now let us take a semi-log graph. Your semi-log graph is not like a normal graph. It is bit different. So a semi-log graph, like your x-axis, like we have uneven distribution where the y-axis will be. So now to draw a magnitude plot and a phase plot, I have shown before the magnitude plot and a phase plot. Okay, you should be having like you need to take omega angular frequency on the x-axis, okay, and the y-axis divided into two parts. Okay, the upper half is taken for magnitude plot and the lower half is taken for phase plot. Okay, now let us divide this one. Okay, so your angular frequency will be divided in such a way. We have taken your in magnitude plot. See, a lower corner frequency are taken as 0.1, higher frequency are taken as 100. In between we have 10 and 20. Okay, and we have taken many values also. So we'll start with 0.1. So if I take 0.1, for 10 divisions we have here 1. Another 10 divisions, this is 10. And here we have 100. Okay, and for drawing a magnitude plot, this is a bit difficult. Okay, now for doing this slope, actually for magnitude plot we have all these slopes. So this magnitude plot, right? We have all these slopes, right? So for this minus 20, minus 60 slope we have, and for 0 slope we have. For slopes, I'll tell you an easy way. Okay, now Let us divide this as 0. Okay, and these are all having equal division, so I'll take this as 40 plus 40 and this as minus 40. Okay, so now you have taken the left side as it is, take the right side also. So I'll take this. So because this is one block, right? So this is 0. This is plus 40. Okay, so 0. This is plus 40 and this is minus 40. So I'll take here minus 40. Okay, in between these two we have plus 20. Here we have minus 20. So this becomes 80 plus 80. So this is plus 60. This is minus 80. So this becomes like minus 60. Now I'll tell you how to draw the slopes. Okay, take a scale. Now from here, this point to this point, you take a scale and draw a zero slope. 0 to 0 is a zero slope. Okay, 0 to plus 20. From 0 to plus 20. This is your plus 20 slope. This is your plus 40 slope. 0 to plus 40. 0 to plus 60 or plus 60 slope. Now the same thing down. 0 to minus 20, minus 20 slope. 0 to minus 40 is minus 40 slope. 0 to minus 60. So this is the standard slope or standard framework what we will take into consideration while drawing this graph. Okay, now how to draw this one? Okay, now this will be tricky. I'll tell you. Initially, you need to take your gain into consideration. In your second step, actually, when we are doing, we have taken gain. So in the second step, I have taken gain is 20 log g of j omega. I have applied here and I got gain as 10 dB. So initially, you need to take this 10 dB as your reference. Then you have to start. So your magnitude plot starts. I'll keep these things side by side and I'll show you. Your magnitude plot starts at zero slope. At zero slope. Because we have to take a reference point. But initially, we have taken 10 dB as a reference. So 10 dB, which is the gain. Okay, till your omega C1 is 10 dB. See, omega C1 is 10 dB. Okay, from 10 dB, the slope has changed to minus 20. From minus 20 till how much your omega C2 is 20 dB. From 20 dB, your slope has changed to minus 60. So to draw on a particular pen, I told you. See, initially I have taken gain. From gain 0 slope till omega C1 is 10. From omega C1, your slope changed to minus 20 till your omega C2 is 20. From 20 is changed to minus 60. So this is how you will be drawing it. Okay, I'll explain very clearly. Okay. So now I have to take your gain. So 10 dB, right? So initially, so like if this is like 20, this is 10. So this is my first point. Okay. So your gain is 10 dB and the initial slope is 0. Gain is 10 dB, initial slope is 0. Till how much your omega C1 is 10 dB. Where is your omega C1? This is your omega C1 is 10 dB. This is your omega C2 is 20 dB. Okay. So till 10 dB your slope is 0. Right? Now take a scale. I initially draw with a pencil. I'll make it with a pen for easy reference. So I'll take this as a reference, 0. See 0. Okay, now I'll move this scale up where I have 10. Okay, yes, 10. This is 0 slope. This is 0 slope. So my magnitude plot starts at 0 at till omega C1 10 dB. So till 10 dB, I'll draw this 10 dB, right? I'll make a point and I'll draw till here. Okay, so this is omega C1 is equal to 10 dB and your slope is 0. This is the gain. So gain you take as reference. With the 0 slope, I have reached till 10 dB. From 10 dB, my slope has changed to minus 20. See my from 10 dB, slope is changed to minus 20. Okay, so now and minus 20 till what time? Till omega C2 is 20 dB. See minus 20, 20 dB. So omega C2 is 20 dB. See now the slope is minus 20. So I'll take minus 20 difference here. Move your scale like this. This is like this. So till So omega c to 20 dB till 20 dB, your slope is minus 20. See, minus 20. Okay, from 20 dB, my slope changed at minus 60, and it goes on. Okay, so from 20 dB, I'll take minus 60. See, minus 60, I'll take it. Move the scale very gently. Very good. You can check it once again. Yes. This minus 60 is draw a line like this. Flip. See, this is how you need to draw your magnitude plot. I'll draw with another pen. See, I have taken this gain as 10, and with slope 0, I have reached till omega c1 is equal to 10 dB. From 10 dB, my slope has changed to minus 20 till it reaches omega c2 equal to minus 20 dB. From omega c 20 dB, my slope has changed to minus 60. So this is how the magnitude plot will be there. Okay. Now we have to draw the phase plot also. To draw the phase plot, okay, I'll be drawing this for upper half I have used for magnitude plot, the lower half I have used for phase plot. Okay, now for plotting the phase, I have to mark the values first. Okay, so this is the phase I have taken. For marking the values, the initial value I have taken as 0.1, the highest value taken as 100. Okay, these are the omega values, these are the omega values. These on the x-axis. Okay. On y-axis, I will be plotting this phase. So value should be starting like minus 1.14 till it reaches 242. So let me divide like this in 50 divisions and divide. I have taken a 0, right? On to the right side, I am taking as minus 50. This is minus 100, minus 150, minus 200, minus 250. I'll mark the same things here. So this becomes minus 50, minus 100, minus 150, minus 200, minus 250. I'll mark the same values side by side. Because my phase value started my 1.14 and reached 242. Okay, so 240 I have taken 250 as the maximum value. Okay, so my plot will be here, in between here only. So let me draw that. I'll take this reference and I will draw. Right. So let us start marking it. I'll mark with a orange pen for your reference. So omega 0.1, omega 0.1. Okay, value of phase, this is 5. Your 5 is minus 1.14, so definitely it will be here. So 0.1, 1.14. For 1, it is 12. So if this is 50, this will become 20, so this will be something like here. Minus 12. For 5, so this is my 5 value. 5, it's 57. Draw very carefully. 57 is here. For 10, it is minus 90. This is 10. Then it is minus 90, it will be here. For 20, so this is 20. See, for 100 it is 20. For 20 is minus 153. So somewhere this will be here, 153. For 50, it is minus 250. So this is my 50. This 50. 50 it is 250. So where is 50? Like this. This is 50 value and this 250. Right. For 100 it is 240. So for 100, 242. 100 is a line, which is very nice, and 242 will be somewhere here. Yes. So now, very gently, let us mark this. And use this pen. And this is not a scaling graph, so we'll mark it like with the free hand. And use my rotation also. And the graph goes on like this. Wow. So this is the phase plot what I got, and this is the magnitude plot what I got. Okay. Now the very last step what we have to do is we need to find out what is our phase margin and gain margin. Okay, we need to find out our phase margin and gain margin. Okay, so phase margin and gain crossover frequency. Okay, to find out this phase margin, so phase margin, you need to take a magnitude as reference. So from magnitude, okay, from 0 you draw a line. Okay, when it touches the magnitude plot, come down. When it touches the phase plot, you reach here and you can see what is the gain margin. So let me draw. Let me take another pen. Okay, I'll use my green pen. Okay, for finding phase margin, I have to start from magnitude plot. For finding the gain margin, I have to start from phase plot. It's like ulta putta. Okay, so for finding phase margin, I'll take the 0 as reference. Okay, I'll come like this. When it touches the phase, sorry, when it touches the magnitude plot, from the point where it touched, you come down, exact point. When it touches the magnet phase plot, okay, you draw this line, it touched here, so this is okay. So this how much I got here is like 150, so it's like minus 155 degrees. So minus 1 your 5 GC is equal to minus 155 degrees. Okay. So now how to find our gain margin? So gain margin will take it as a 180 minus 155. So phase is 180, right? How much I got 155, right? So 180 minus 155, how much is the value? This is 25. Okay. So gain margin is 25. Gain 25. Right. Now to find out, sorry, phase margin is 25. Then I got confused. Now to find out gain margin, what we do is, okay, your phase is actually calculated 180. Exact 180 is calculated 180. So from 180, you need to draw a line till it reaches your phase plot. From phase plot, when it reached, from that point it reached, you take an exact straight line till it reaches the magnitude plot. From magnitude plot, when it reached, you draw here, and this was your gain margin. How it is for this one? The value is how much? If this is 50, this is like 25. So 20, it's something like 18. Okay, right? So minus 18 dB is your gain margin. So gain margin is 18. Okay, so gain margin is 18. So this is how you will be plotting your Bode plot. Okay, it might be a bit difficult at the starting, but don't miss it. It will be like from 7 to 14 marks you get in your exam. Okay, remember to find out gain margin, you have to start from your phase plot. To find out phase margin, you have to start from your magnitude. Okay, so for magnitude, you have to start from phase you start from magnitude. This is how the diagram is. Okay, hope we are very much clear. If you have any doubts, please let me know. I'll explain it later. Thank you.